Welcome back to the Warrior Sports Network. I'm Brady Beedon. It's now time for the locker room report presented by Henry Ford Health Systems. And as always, joined by head coach Tyrone Wheatley. Coach, coming off of last week against Findlay, you guys played really well on one half of the ball, and you struggled on the other side. Let's start with the good, the defense. I mean, it's the lowest points Wayne State's given up in, I believe, 4 years. What went right on that side of the ball, and who stepped up to hold a pretty good Findlay team to just 7 points?
Well, the biggest thing when we talk about keys to victory, I go through the film and just kind of watch what the team were playing offensively and defensively, what is their strong suit. Mm-hmm. And Findlay at that point in time, they beat us last year at the point of attack, and then when watching the game, when they played UIndy, they were very strong at the point of attack. And then the key guy to me in that offense was number 32, the fullback. Mm-hmm. Our whole game and purpose of that was to meet him at the line of scrimmage and push him back, play on their side of the ball. And whenever you saw a double team, detach the double teams, coming downhill, playing on their side of the ball. And so we already said once they get the ball, it's already a negative. As an offensive guy, we already say, before we even get the ball, let's have the line of scrimmage move, and we already have 1 yard. Well, we looked at it in reverse. As soon as they got the ball, they were already a negative yard. And I think we had 11 TFLs. Mm-hmm. And so when you talk about the offensive guys doing that offensively, defensively, you have to give it to the guys up front that pushed it back, the Rashawn McGee's. Will Finneman had a lights-out game. But once again, I want to go back to my two inside backers, Logan and Trello. These guys, they played lights out, and they met every double team head on and pushed it back, and the fullback, and they met him back there. So they played a great game.
Offensively, obviously struggled only with 3 points. Last couple of drives, you moved the ball a bit, but what was it offensively, and what needs to be corrected to put up a few more points this week?
Well, once again, you see it as a struggle, but there is some growth in it. I mean, we did have almost an 8-minute drive, 17-play drive. We converted on third downs a little bit more than we did last week, but it was 3 of 13. Still not good enough. But here's what we did grow. The second and longs, right? We had more conversions on those second and longs that gave us first downs, but the third downs is what we have to convert on. We missed 3 open passes, 2 in the field where we could have converted those and been big plays, probably touchdowns. Then we dropped the touchdown in the back of the end zone. And so just one of the things is these are the growing pains that all good teams go through. And what I mean by that is you have to go through these little things. Now, all of a sudden, you don't overthrow those balls. Those balls go, they hit right on target. You don't drop the ball in the back of the end zone. So this team is growing, and they're maturing, and they're maturating. So this is a maturation process.
One final question on the Findlay game before we move on to talk about Wisconsin-La Crosse is, I'm always curious about a coach's thought process and with the line of communication. And the one point I was curious about who you were talking to or if you just made the decision. Late in the game, you're on the 1 yard line. You're going to go for it, 4th and goal. You take a false start. Down 7-0, you say, all right, let's move it back or let's take the field goal unit out. What was the thought process there of, hey, we're going to put a lot on our defense here rather than, well, this is as close as we've gotten. We're going to try and take it, especially in this age where, everyone's so aggressive and everyone wants to go for it on 4th down. What was that thought process?
2 thought processes go, right? If they mess up, then you come out with nothing. So you move it back, and then you get a different call sheet, okay? And then I don't ever want to come out of a game with nothing. My defense, as we talked about, my defense was playing lights out. And when you talk about maturing and maturation of a team, when I looked at those guys and I said, I'm kicking it, you know what they said? You're going to get it right back, coach.
All right.
You're going to get it right back. And so at this point, we get it right back, and I knew we were going to go back down. I think what the drive we're talking about is I think it's the 8-minute drive who came after that, right? So it came right after that, and I kind of had a sense that we were going to go back down and drive the ball, which we did, and I think that's where the drop touchdown come in at. So either way you look at it, we either go up, you either go up, 10-7, and we're okay. But the thought process was you got to come out with points. And I did not want to do anything to disturb. It wasn't that I didn't believe in my offense. It wasn't that I didn't believe in the players. It was just, okay, you had one mess up, and it's almost like a kick. Nothing really ever comes up good after re-kick.
Right.
And so kind of that same philosophy. So we kicked the ball, and then we did have the drive coming back after that.
All right, here with head coach Tyrone Wheatley talking about Wisconsin-La Crosse. Long trip for you guys, basically to Minnesota for you to take on what on paper says is a D3 opponent. But as we found out a few years ago at Tom Adams Field, and as you certainly know watching film, this is not a D3. This is not a bye game where you roll up there and say, all right, let's go win by 40. This is going to be a darn good football team.
Well, first of all, I think we should take the divisions off of all these games with the portal now as the way it is. But no, this is an incredible team. The coach does an incredible job with this team. To me, right now, they're probably going to be one of the most disciplined teams we've faced between the two that we've already played, and we played two pretty good teams already. But yeah, these guys, they're phenomenal. Offensively, they have a quarterback who's really, really sharp, who's going to distribute the ball to these big old power fours that they have on the football field. They basically play basketball out there. These guys are going to hitch it, they're going to slant it, they're going to put themselves between the ball and the defender. They're going to use their big bodies and then get up the field and go. Running back is a tough son of a gun. I mean, those legs are just keep rolling and going. Then up front, they just have a angry group of sour old men that's just playing football up front. I mean, this team offensively is just a bitter, nasty team. And for football folks, I'm not talking bad about them. The guys know that's his compliment. Then you turn around defensively. You're talking about a defense that's structured in its quarters and just basically saying the safety's always going to be in a run fit. But they also do a good job of not giving up anything deep. So they play the whole 53-yard field from width to 110 in length, and they do a great job of it. And these guys can probably walk to their hooks, their curls, their flats in their sleep. So this team is an incredible team, disciplinary-wise, and it's not going to be an easy task.
It's a long trip for you guys. What does Wayne State have to do to come back with their first win of the season?
Well, the biggest thing is continue to build and grow on our defense. Our defense is playing lights out. We came back with a better special teams performance, build on our special teams, and then continue to grow with Champ, possessing the ball, and be better on third down.
Coach, I always appreciate it. Good luck, and I'll talk to you next time in Wisconsin.
Thank you very much.
He's head coach Tyrone Wheatley. I'm Brady Beedon, and you're listening to the Warrior Sports Network.